Greetings, everyone, and welcome to tonight's Division C West Clash. We have Clouded Minds as the home team tonight, and ReGen Divine is the away team. A lot of playoff implications on the line. Clouded Minds comes into this in 9th place with 9 points with 8 matches played. ReGen Divine in 7th place with 13 points and 9 matches played. So top 8 teams make the playoffs, so definitely some jockeying for position around that playoff cutoff tonight. So let's talk about maps and flips and things. The coin flip went to Clouded Minds, and they have decided they want hero pick. So they banned out Tomb of the Spider Queen and Volskaya, which of course I don't have listed here. Let me fix that. So Tomb of the Spider Queen and Volskaya, and ReGen Divine has banned Braxis, so no Braxis for us today. And Dragonshire, and the very first map we're going to play on is going to be Towers of Doom, selected by ReGen Divine. So without further ado, teams are ready. Let's go to the draft, shall we? All right, my faithful companion Norbert by my side as always. What's up, Norbert? Doesn't say a whole lot, but he's here to keep me on the straight and narrow. He'll speak up if I screw up, I'm sure. So Clouded Minds waste no time getting rid of Hanzo. Not a real meta ban, so assuming that is a target ban for someone on ReGen Divine. This late in the season, the target bans get a little bit more specific. You have a lot more data on what the other team can and cannot do, and it's easier to do a little scouting. So Kalthos is gone, and Johanna is gone. Johanna, kind of a nice kitchen sink. No one ever got fired for picking Johanna. Kind of a pick, so. And Deckard. No Deckard Kane coming out. He's busy off in D2 Resurrected this week anyway. So Star Knight wastes no time grabbing Sukov with the first pick. And we come back with Brightwing and Vala. Vala got hit with the nerf back a little bit, and Brightwing got, I'm not going to say hit. She was brushed with the nerf back this week, but I think she's still pretty amazing, so worthy of an early pick. Clouded Minds picks up May. Have a new tank, Lampico. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, filling in for Casey Court the rest of the season. And Jason comes back with Sylvanas. Not my war chief. And Dahaka. So no Dahaka for Clouded Minds, at least in the first game. And who else do we want to get rid of here? They don't have a tank yet, so maybe get rid of a tank, but maybe get rid of DPS. Maev, who got a little hit with the, not with the nerf bat, with the buff bat this week, so she will not be participating, at least not in game 1. Kalthos got a little bit of a boost this week, but I doubt that's bumped him up into meta status, so I doubt that's why that Kalthos got banned. I'm guessing that's a target. They know someone over there plays Kalthos. So we get, wow, talk about your front lines. Muradin and Sonya. It doesn't get much beefier than that up front. So Muradin will be smacking people with a hammer, and Sonya will be trying to spin on everyone's faces. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out for the cast tonight. Most appreciated. Good to see people here supporting both teams. Throw something in chat. Let us know who you're here rooting for. So we see Kian with the Blaze and Ruffian with the Li Ming. That Sylvanas Li Ming, that could be kind of a nasty little combo. So Sylvanas, are we going to see some cheese right off the jump? Are we taking a tower? You can take one on the bottom lane here on Towers of Doom. We'll see how they play it, though. And Falstad. So the double global coming out for ReGen Divine. We'll see if they're able to use that to get from point to point quickly. So teams are ready. Let's get you all hyped up, and we'll see you on the other side of this intro. Team's loading up, getting ready to go. So, chat, tell me who you think has the better draft. I'm going to go with Clouded Minds here, but for one reason only, because I think the Stukov changes are kind of bonkers. It's just enough to make him just amazing. So that's who I'm going to go with. But let's go ahead and introduce the teams here. So for Clouded Minds, we have Star Knight on Stukov, Jason on Sylvanas, Lumpico on Mei, Kian on Blaze, and Ruffian on the Li Ming. And in the red side, we have Wafflecopter on Vala, Absolute Yoda on Brightwing, Bankai on Muradin, Archvalley on Sonya, and Silent Shoe on Falstad. So let's head to the mid here, because that's where most of the action is going to be happening, except, oh wait, what's this? We have Sylvanas and her groupies coming down to the bottom. And looks like ReGen Divine know about that strategy, so they're not going to allow it. So we're going to have our first fracas here down in the bottom lane, where most of the play will be taking place on this map if everything plays out as usual. So Blaze, it looks like Blaze is going to be double soaking. Sonya's harassing him, trying not to let that happen. Falstad's going to come up. Kian's going to be able to jet out of there. So let's head back to the bottom lane. We do have that tower shut off, and Jason is just putting all sorts of arrows into it. They got it about halfway down. Ming poking it down. They might be able to knock it completely down here if Ming's able to continue to poke away at it. My guess is we'll see them try and knock that down and then back up a little bit, but it's almost gone. Nope, not quite. Camps are up though, so Clouded Mind's heading over to that camp. Mei just holding down the fort in the middle of the lane. ReGen Divine also checking their camp out. We have a nice little invade. It's 4-on-3 for the moment because Sonya and Falstad are busy in other lanes. Bankai with the silence, and then the Mei Blizzard. He's low, but he gets a nice teleport in for Brightwing, and now it's Mei that's low, and Mei is actually going to go down. Nice orb coming in, but it's not able to finish anyone off, so that is first blood going over to ReGen Divine. Here's the talents. Sorry, I forgot to pop those up. And that camp still not taken yet because they had other things they had to deal with for a moment, but it looks like Valet's going to be able to rip it down without much problem. So blue camp, of course, taken earlier, so they're going to try and escort those pumpkins in. They finally do get that tower to fall, so then they're going to turn their attention to the other tower. Divana's trade is up, so she turns it off, kills it, and is able to zap out with the weird Banshee powers. Did I mention not my war chief? Not my war chief. So Kian continuing to double soak there. Falstad and Sonya are each committed to a lane. Kian is double soaking, but Clouded Mind's actually slightly ahead in XP, so doing a really, really nice job of going up, down, up, down, up, down, and getting all the XP from those lanes. So the camp is dealt with. We do have the altars. First altars are up. So I expect a fight around the bottom one. We'll see if we have the gentleman's agreement on the top where the two solo laners will just trade off. So Blaze going to go for his, Falside's going to go for his, so we'll bring the camera back down here where the rest of the teams are going to be hanging out. Starting trying to get the channel, but just too much going on. Oh, maybe he is going to get it though. Nope. Sonya comes in with the spear. Starnight's got to back up a little bit. He's got Falstad on him now. But below him, Mei falls to Vala. And Jason, a little bit of trouble. Is he going to be able to Banshee out of there? No, he's not. Wafflecopter disposes of him. So we have the trade in the top, and then the bottom goes to ReGen Divine. So they have a 4-point lead. Kian's going to head back up top. Falstad's going to go back up. So we're going to resume the lane positions we had. Camps are up in 10 seconds. So Bankai maybe being a little bit cheeky, waiting on the blue camp to go. Ruffian, a little bit of trouble there. Bankai comes in, I think, hit her with a hammer, and she was stunned, and that let Vala make short work of her. So is ReGen Divine going to take this camp? Muradin sure thinks they are, and he's got help coming with him. Mei kind of lurking around, but I don't think they're going to contest that. They realize that they're down a person until Ming can get back to them, so they're just going to give this maybe Jason coming in doing a lot of damage. However, Sonya is able to put Sylvanas down. And we have those pumpkins taking a very short route to that first tower. And let's go look at the tower on the other side. So we have both towers gone on the red side of the map, one gone on the blue side. ReGen Divine has taken that XP lead for Clouded Mines and flipped the script, so they're up by a full level here. Camp is up on the red side of the map. Looks like they are thinking about it, but it looks like Clouded Mines is also thinking about it. So we'll see if we can get a little fight here. I'm sure either team would like a nice 5-4 or 4-3 advantage going into this next objective. So we do have 4v3. I don't know if Falstad has his fly up, so he might be able to come up here and say something about this. Sonya's coming up on the backside. Nice silence there. Murden dives right into Clouded Mines, and then Brightwing comes in and gets a teleport. Stukov is walking away. I think he might make it out as long as he doesn't get stunned. May does a good job of kind of zoning out there. And no one goes down. 10 is just around the corner, though, for ReGen Divine. And they're thinking about that. No, they're not thinking about the camp. They're just kind of sharking around. So both teams are down here. Let's zoom it out so we can get a little bit more action in the frame here. Nice nice slide by May. And nice silence. Sonya's got nowhere to go. She's got a lot of blue around her. Sylvanas putting a lot of poison. Orb misses. Is Sonya going to be able to get out? She's down to 300 health, 100, and she does stay in the game. And they take Blaze down, but then Sonya does finally fall, and then Yoda goes down. So that's going to be 4v3 for Clouded Mines for the moment. So the Star is going to channel the top one, and then let's go look at the bottom one. May zoning it out, so Ruffian's going to channel that. So they still don't have 10, but they were able to get both of those altars, and that's going to give them another 4-point lead. Pardon me, their first 4-point lead. And they're sharking around that camp. They do have 10 here now. Falstad has come down into the play. Sonya with the leap comes out. Stukov healing himself up. And he's able to walk away from that. Wow. We got some other people in trouble. The polymorph onto Sylvanas. And Vala just teeing off. She's what, about halfway on her Creed of the Hunter quest? The ReGen Divine thinking about taking the camp on the other side of the map. May throwing the blind out to get them out of there. So it's 3v3 for the moment as Sonya works on the bottom tower. And all of that action, Clouded Mines managed to take a tower while I wasn't paying attention, so apologies there. Nice silence by Stukov, kind of zoning him out, and Stukov grabs the camp. And the mind control coming on Falstad, he's lured back to his death. Zoom the camera back in. So we just have one up here. We do have 5v4 for Clouded Mines. May with the nice dive and the silence. And Sonya, I thought she was going to use a leap and get out, but Sylvanas was able to finish her off at the last minute. Icefall misses, but it does zone everyone out. So Stukov back there using that big flappy arm to work on the camp. And then Clouded Mines will just be defending this tower. While in the back, Kian is getting the channel. Nice gust, though, pushing everyone into the neutral zone. Sylvanas does go down. And the tower is going to go down, but not before the points are scored. So that's a 12-point lead for Clouded Mines. And the camp is going to be taken. Silent Shield working on that. I guess Stukov must have had to come off that camp before he was able to cap it. Let's go look at the top lane and see what Blaze and Sonya are up to. Just trading blows furiously in the top lane. No one really appearing to get the upper hand. So down in the bottom lane. For Clouded Mines, they still have half the wall up, so they're in really good shape down there. May walks into the bush to check it, and Murden meets her with a hammer, I believe. That's not very polite. We've got some red pumpkins marching right to left. I think they're going to make short work of them. May throws the blizzard out. Sylvanas throws some poison onto their faces, and they are gone. So let's go back, check out Sonya and Blaze still battling away. Falstad getting a little business transacted there in the top lane. Uh-oh, the silence onto Sonya, but she gets a teleport, so she's almost up at full health. And then we have the Gust connects, but it doesn't push anyone into harm's way. And the mind control onto Sonya brings her back. She's very, very low. Cloud of Minds is going to chase her down. Are they going to get her? She's down to about 150 health. And May gets credit for the kill, but I'm going to give the big assist to Ming there because she was hitting her with that beam. So let's head down to the bottom where the teams are coming down. 5-4 for Clouded Minds right now. Stukov going to channel. And I don't think that ReGen Divine's going to have much to say about it there. They have Brightwing soaking and Falstad soaking. So they had the two globals. I don't know if they were available. Brightwing's teleport had been used recently, so I don't think she could have done anything about it. And Clouded Minds going to start pinging away at this tower. Sylvanas shuts it down with her trait. They get about 25% of it. Murden comes out, pops Avatar, tells everyone to get off of his lawn. Mind control, don't think it hit. So the ice wall, just kind of a nice disengage there. I don't think that fight was going to be the one they wanted to take. They're really respecting that Vala at this point. So Sonya looking at the camp. Instead, they're going to come up and try and get Kian. I don't know if he's going to be able to jet propel his way out of there. He is stunned. He's right by his gate. He does pop bunker, so he should be able to walk out of there. He does, but to the aggressive side, not to the back side. But he's okay. He had enough health. In the meantime, poor Brightwing. We switched down to her lane just in time to see Ming do bad things to her. So Brightwing will be out for another 30 seconds or so. And Cloud of Minds once again working on that bottom tower. So the tower's gone. They have 3 pumpkins coming. Are they going to try and walk these in? ReGen Divine does have 3 down here for the defense, so they're going to let them deal with that, but they're going to take the other camp while ReGen Divine is busy dealing with that. Vala, I think she's going to be able to vault out of there. Throws a ton of damage onto May. May with the ice wall and then the unstoppable, but it's not enough. Mind control, I believe, on Sonya, but she's able to walk away with just the sliver of health. And then Stukov is going to get blown up on the camp. Ming looking for a kill, not able to get one, and I think she's going to have to blink out of there. She's not going to make it, so that's a 4-0 for ReGen Divine. So they're down 32-11, but they are making a comeback. Kian realizing that, this is the best I can get. I'll just take the 5 points. So, they do lose the 4-0, but they get the 5 points. So at this point, I think they're actually going to be okay with that. ReGen Divine pushing that bottom tower. They should be able to finish that off, although they don't have any minion support, so Murden has to back up and let that second wind pop. They're going to come back and they're going to channel. I think they've decided they'd rather get the... Nope, they are going to get 4, so they did take 1 tower back. They weren't able to take the other one down, so that gets us... I'll do the math. 28-6. Team's kind of milling around here. ReGen Divine grouping up in the mid. Now Sonya's going to go back and get some XP. Icewall misses. Murden comes back and stuns May for a second. She's trying to get out, but she's probably more. She's very, very low. I think she's going to make it out. The mind control onto Vala, but as soon as Vala's out of the mind control, she pops the Rain of Vengeance and is able to take down Sylvanas. And we've got a couple of members of Clouded Minds fairly low, so they're going to have to back out. They've got their tower, so they're in a safe place to defend here. I don't think they're going to be in any danger of giving up this tower for the moment. They are in a danger of losing the race to 20, though. ReGen Divine is a full level ahead, so I think Clouded Minds is going to have to do some soaking. And they are down Sylvanas, so A little surprised that ReGen Divine's just not going to bully them off of this camp, but they're putting up a really good defense. The Gust gets Blaze out. May is she disengages with the ice wall, but not before Blaze gets sent back to the Hollow Storm. So now ReGen Divine is comfortable with taking that camp. So we have 2 altars popped in the top here. We'll have to see how this is played. If you're Cloud of Mines, I have to believe you're okay with the trade here. To put ReGen Divine in a hole down to 2, which would make boss a win condition. Mind Control comes out, misses. Maze comes back a little bit, gets the Unstoppable. She's still really, really low. Falstad is on her. Sylvanas goes down. I think May is going to be okay. She does. She gets back to the neutral zone. So they did get the channel. So they give up a couple of kills, but I think they're probably okay with that. Where it becomes a problem is if they get a stagger going. If ReGen Divine can get a nice pattern of killing someone every 20 seconds or so, then it's going to be a problem. So Sonya does get the channel, and that's 6 points for them. So that brings us back to 22-2. ReGen Divine 5-4. They're already at the boss anyway, so they're going to rip it down. It's good because it gets them the 4 points. I think it's even better though because it takes that victory and condition off the map, because that was going to be a problem if they lose a member and then Cloud of Mines comes back and takes that boss. So May in a little bit of trouble here. She does get stunned, and then the Rain of Vengeance comes down and Vala finishes the job. So May is down. Really got to watch that stagger. The rest of the team comes back and takes this fort. So for just a brief moment in time, it was 6-2. Now it's back to 4-4. It's going to go 5-3 because ReGen Divine is going to take this tower, and I don't think there's anything Cloud of Mines can do about it, except try and get 20. They are almost here at 20, so they can't quite take it back yet. And then not a lot else to do on the map, so ReGen Divine just going to take the camps. Team's turning over those camps as quickly as possible. Vala is coming back looking for a fight from the top here. It looks like Muradin's going to try and stun someone, and does get Star Knight, and then the Rain of Vengeance. The nice swipe for the disengage. Is he going to be able to make it back? The second swipe comes out because he has the 20 upgrade to it, but Falstad still finds his mark. So if you're Clouded Minds, if you can get one altered, that's the game. So I would expect ReGen Divine to come up and be very, very aggressive. So they are. So we see all 5 here for ReGen Divine, and all 4 here for Clouded Minds. Bunker is dropped. Kian just gets absolutely blown up by Sonya, and May is unstoppable, but still goes down. So, but they got the Sylvanas got the other channel. I apologize. I completely didn't see that happening. Obviously, ReGen Divine didn't either. I was very, very surprised to see that actually go to 0. So, man, I'm getting old, and my eyes are old. So, let's take a look at our tail of the tape here. So, Waffle Copter with that Vala, just absolutely devastating. Rain of Vengeance on everyone's faces the entire game after 10, and just auto-attacking to her heart's content. Puts up the 11-8-0 stat line, and unfortunately, though, wasn't enough to lead her team to victory. Sylvanas, I'm going to give MVP to Sylvanas, assuming she got that channel. I think she got that channel. So that was just clutch. A really good job by Cloud of Minds there of what I like to call getting loud, just making that fight take as long as possible, drawing the attention of everyone else on ReGen Divine so they didn't notice someone else was sneaking over to the other altar to channel it. So pretty sneaky, sis. All right, we're going to send you all to a little break, and we'll be back with the second game here in a moment. In the meantime, let me know in chat who's your MVP of the game, what was your favorite play, etc., etc. Talk it up. We'll see you in a moment.
experience has taught the Protoss that when we do not fight together, we die alone. But we shall not see defeat this day. For we stand as one. Our differences will not divide us, but make us stronger. Together, we will defend the Nexus with honor and earn our glory. I am Hierarch Artanis, leader of all Protoss. And in unity, there is strength.
The Dark Nexus. It is mine to wield, to control. I am the World Breaker. The world heaves with my torment.
Show me my enemy. Acquiring targets. I return. For Adun. From order comes justice. Glory to the firstborn.
Go forth and slaughter in my name. The Raven Lord demands it.
It is said that I hunt alone, wandering these bitter lands, far from civilization. But in truth, I hunt with family. One that I hold close. I protect them, and they protect me. I am Rexar, champion of the Horde, and I never hunt alone.
All right, welcome back, everyone. With the power invested in me from NGS, I'm going to do my favorite thing, and that is give someone a point. So we're going to give that point over to Clouded Minds and make it official. So ReGen Divine picks the map, and Clouded Minds wins the map. So ReGen Divine has decided they would like first hero pick, so we're going to go to Infernal Shrines for the second map. And teams are getting ready to go. Let me tell them that the caster's ready. So we are. So I was looking at the stats there during the break, and it was, I believe, 16-9 kills for ReGen Divine. So, you know, that kind of tells you that sometimes playing the objective is a little more important than those kills, as impressive as they were. Luckily, Cloud of Minds was able to jump out to that commanding lead. So ReGen Divine did a really good job to get back in that game. But Cloud of Minds was just able to find those last 2 points when they needed it, with some really, really nice macro play, and they pay attention to the map way better than their caster did. So, congratulations. Hope everyone in chat is having a good time. Saw some bits getting thrown out there. I saw Weenus and Tiger at least. So, thank you, and anyone else. Most appreciated. See how many we have here in chat. Oh my God, we got a handful of people today. Got to bring my A game. Here we go. teams are ready, we should be jumping into the draft here in a moment. So Cloud of Minds looking to seal this, turn it into a 2-0 domination. And ReGen Divine seeking to extend it and give us a third game. So we are ready for the draft. Let's head there, shall we? ReGen Divine first pick, so first ban, that's the way it goes. That's the way it always has been. If you're watching that stream, you probably already knew that, so I don't know why I told you that. But for any new people, that's how it works. Deckard getting taken off the board again. Star Knight does play a pretty mean Deckard, I believe, so Hanzo is also being taken off the board. My guess is that's a target ban for Wafflecopter. I don't know that for sure, but the way he's playing the Vala, my guess is he's pretty decent Hanzo too. So, but they're not going to play it this time. And we see the Kel'Thas ban. That's the same bans we got all the way around. So the change of the map from a multi-point control to a single Infernal Shrines pit doesn't change the bans and doesn't change Wafflecopter's desire to play Vala. So Vala is going to come out and play. And we'll see if they can have more of an answer for the Vala in this game, because she kind of ran wild in that first game. 11, 8, and 0. That 0 is the most impressive thing to me. When I play Vala, it's like she's made of tissue paper soaked in kerosene. She just, poof, she dies much too quickly. Star Knight bringing the Stukov, and Cassia picked up by Jason, so those blinds will help counter the Vala a little bit. Bankai taking the Diablo. So nice in the pit here. Just lots of walls and a very small space to slam people around back and forth. Firestomp doesn't do too badly on the little skeleton dudes either. Paired up with Absolute Yoda's Anduin. Don't think we'll see the Sylvanas come out, so we're not going to see Sylvanas and Anduin fighting each other. So all of you WoW lore fans, my apologies. So Maiev once again taken off the board, and we did have a change to the bans here, so Mei is gone, so they do not want to face the Mei here. I don't remember who the last ban was in the last map, but it was not Mei because Mei was played. So Cloud of Minds with 2 picks coming up. Let's see what they go with. So Sonya changes her stripes, and she's going to play on the blue team this game. And Muradin, so evidently they come with their package deal. They're like Jordan and Pippin, maybe. I don't know if I'd call them Jordan-esque, but they're definitely hanging out together. And they are going to be playing for Cloud of Minds. Last 2 picks for ReGen Divine. We see Thrall and Hogger. So that's a nice beefy front line. Hogger, all that spinning around on the objective, so annoying. But I think more importantly, that's 3 fat bodies to put in front of Vala. So she should be able to sit back there fat and happy, just firing off auto attacks and arrows and all that Demon Hunter nonsense. Meantime, we have Junkrat, who is just going to be sitting back and just firing bombs randomly all over the map. All right, let's get hyped for game 2, and we'll see you there. All right, team still loading up. So, chat, what do you think draft-wise? I think this game, I got to give the nod to ReGen Divine. I just like that Vala. and as protected as she's going to be with that Diablo and the Thrall and the Hogger in front of her. So, but then Sonya to spin to win is kind of gross on this map too. So I don't know. All right, let's start on the red side this time. Oops, sorry. I'm not good with the keyboard. Apologies, everyone. So we have Bankai on the Diablo, Waffle Copter on the Vala again, Absolute Yoda on the Ando, and Arch Valley on the Hogger, and Silent Shield on the Thrall. And on the blue side, we have Jason on the Cassia, Star Knight on the Stukov, Kian on the Sonya, Lumpico on the Muradin, and Ruffian on the Junkrat. So let's go mid lane. Pop up the talents. See Stukov with that low blow. I didn't look at his build last game, but my guess is that's what he is taking. That's that, and the it hungers at 13 is just so much fun. So what do we have collecting wise? Vala's collecting auto attacks. Hogger's collecting dynamite. Diablo, of course, collecting souls. Cassia collecting lightning strikes. And Muradin collecting the Stormbolt hits. So Clouded Mines, wasting no time getting that mid-bottom. Are they going to double rotate, or is Sonya going to double soak? We'll have to see. It looks like they're going to, at least for the moment, they're going to rotate. I don't know if Sonya will be able to double soak on this map or not. Right now she's going to hang out there with Thrall. Give them a look here. Bottom right camp being started by Hogger. Clouded Mines on their camp, so Sonya just kind of patiently getting some XP there. Tanks sizing each other up in the middle there. No one really making the first move. It's early yet, so team's just going to take the camps. Diablo does flip Muradin over his shoulder. Muradin is able to leap away to safety though. So who's going to make the first move on this camp? Is anyone going to make the move, or are they just going to be content to grab the wave and move back to mid? The two camps will engage mid, so neutralize each other. Bankai with the flip on the Muradin, but Stukov with the nice silence. He couldn't get out of there. I think he might have been able to charge out, but wasn't able to. And then Ruffian puts on the finishing touches with that Junkrat bomb. So we have first blood going over to Clouded Mines this game, and they're going to take advantage of it, and they are going to take that bottom camp. All right. So camp-wise in the mid, the camps did not neutralize themselves. ReGen Divine took out the blue camp, so now Clouded Mines comes up. They are able to get that camp before anything really bad happens, so camp cleared up in the bottom, so no harm, no foul so far, no damage for any of the camps. Clouded Mines going to take their top camp. I would not be surprised to see ReGen Divine heading that way, and it looks like Hogger is indeed going to throw some dynamite and blast everything around here. Clouded Mines already taking their camp, so Muradin coming in looking for Diablo. Diablo charges, pushes him out. Junkrat with a nice boop. Didn't boop him out exactly the way he needed to kill him, but the silence there was on point. So let's head up to the objective, because that's where everyone's probably going to be heading here. 6-5, small talent lead, or pardon me, small XP lead for Clouded Mines. No talent lead yet. They'll have that here in a moment if things continue. So they've started the objective. Let's pop the camera out so we can see this. They're up 10-0 so far. Diablo with the charge and flips Junkrat. That silence is real though. Vala goes down, so that's her first death of the match. And Diablo is also going to take a little break to think about his life choices. And Clouded Mines just content to kill skeletons. There's 31, 32. And they do have 7 here as well. So that is going to be a Frozen Punisher. So not too powerful yet at 4 minutes in, but better to have a Frozen Punisher than your other team getting it. So we'll see what damage they can do. Diablo soaks that up, but the silence, and then he's rooted. He is fairly low, but he's able to walk out. Stukov trying to get cute there and kill him. Punisher jumps. Vala's not quite as lucky this time. Ruffing gets credit for the kill, but our buddy John Cena gets a lot of the assist for that one. So he's down at the wall. They're going to, the keep wall that is, they're going to be able to kill him. Not much damage on the wall, but can't say that much for the fort as that fort goes down. So let's take a look. Sonya and Thrall were hanging out for a moment, but they've gone their separate ways. So we have Cloud of Mines is 5 here. They are a full level up, so maybe they can play to 10, get 10 first, and then take advantage of that. They'll have a sizable window here if it holds up like it is. They're able to take that camp. Not much that ReGen Divine can do about it. They'll just clear the camp. Hogger trying to knock Sonya back. It's unable to do so. So the camp being cleared from over the wall. Cloud of Mines continues to paint the map blue. They'll just go and get the one on their side. In the mid lane here, we've got Muradin just hanging out in the bushes, watching, waiting. Nice patience there. And Muradin gets his automatic quest completion at 10. And we have 10 to 8, so they've got a full level lead here. So if they can find a fight, but unfortunately in the top, Sonya, she spins to win a little bit, but then she gets stunned, and Vala is able to finish her quest, but Diablo gets credit for the kill there. So they're going to push this top wall. In the meantime, Clouded Mind says, oh, you're going to push the wall? We're going to take the fort. So I don't know if ReGen Divine is going to be able to get that entire fort, but I think this is a good trade. Cloud of Mines already has advantage on the map, so there's no way they can really get back there and defend that. So instead of making the trek for nothing, just take what you can. And they get that fort and have small remnants of the camp pushing with it. In the meantime, Sonya spinning, trying to get the fort saved, unable to, so the fort does go down. 10's finally here for ReGen Divine, so they have a level disadvantage but not a talent disadvantage. The APOC comes out, catches just Sonya. The light bomb comes out. Stukov pushed Diablo back with the light bomb so it doesn't land. Diablo charging back to safety and gets a nice yeet from Anduin. And then Sonya got a little bit chasey there, and Diablo and his team able to turn the tide there. So that's a 5-4 for ReGen Divine. They'd like to push the advantage here. Cloud of Mines heading back to where there used to be a fort for defense, but there isn't one anymore. All fairly healthy there. Star Knight getting everyone healed up, so everyone's going to disengage. ReGen Divine is just happy to see that one kill. They're not going to try and press that here. Still down a full level, but still in the same talent tier. So Cloud of Mines taking their top camp. ReGen Divine also taking their top camp. Yeah, Lubidium in the chat made a good point. Vala took the Creed of the Hunter Gambit quest, so she's lost a little bit of that now. Cloud of Mines jumping on this immediately, so they've already got 10 going. Murdering doing a nice job of anchoring there. Once again, patience that I don't have. I should learn that someday. What is ReGen Divine going to do? They're going to try and get 13 here and just do something else on the map. They're not able to contest that at this point, so find something else to do on the map. Probably a good idea. And we have an Arcane Punisher coming out. Bottom right camp goes over to ReGen Divine, so that'll be in the same lane. So Cloud of Mines will have to keep an eye on that camp, and I think the extra damage from it. Valkyrie pops out. Doesn't get anyone. So that's down. Punisher working the fort. It's about 25% down. Silent Shoe eats that jump very well. Alright, so the fort is down about a little less than 50%, so not a lot of advantage for Cloud of Mines there, but they're going to do what they've been doing best this entire game, and that is paint the map blue. Really good job of just keeping those camps flowing. So they've taken the bottom left camp, now the bottom mid camp. Cassia finishes it off. Everyone collects a delicious globe inside, and then Bankai out a little bit. He's very slow, but they're not going to be able to engage on him. So Cloud of Mines is roaming as 5 right now. We've got Thrall in the top lane, so they do have a 5v4 here. I think they'll be content to just get this camp onto the fort. I don't think their goal is a big splashy team fight here. I think they just want to get that fort down and get that that extra catapult pressure. ReGen Divine doing a good job of defending that. And Hogger's going to spin all over the camp. Not quite killed. Murden with the nice stun there on Diablo. Kind of just an asserting dominance there. Didn't accomplish anything. But it's going to make Diablo think twice. Sometime during the game, he'll remember that. So now all the minions are gone. And Cloud of Mines is going to swarm that fort. And they're going to get the periodic catapults and XP, as the text on the screen just told you. ReGen Divine's got problems in the bottom lane. They're going to clean it out. They've got one catapult. Valid's going to make short work of that. Hogger up in the top lane. Murden kind of looking at him cross-eyed, but not actually going to engage on him. Cloud of Mines just running as 5 right now, and I think that's probably a good idea. They have a map advantage. As I like to say, Cloud of Mines doesn't have to make a play right now. ReGen Divine absolutely has to make the play, so they're going to be looking for something. We still have almost a full level lead for Cloud of Mines, so 16 is going to be here for them before it's here for ReGen Divine. So not a lot to do. This is when the game can get a little bit dangerous if you're not patient, because you want to look and find something to do, and you might take a bad fight, you know, take a camp that you probably shouldn't have taken, that kind of thing, but they're content to just hang out, get some XP where they can find it. They'll go down here to get this. If they get this bottom wave, oh nope, little bush party. They're not going to have 16, but they are definitely going to have the element of the surprise. Diablo checks, but isn't deep enough, so he doesn't see anyone in there. But Stukov throws the silence, and then the Valkyrie comes out and pulls Diablo back, and Anduin with the nice yeet, and then the APOC comes out to stun some people, and once again, I think that light bomb got completely swiped out of there. Some mad plays by Stukov to keep that light bomb under control. Diablo does go down. He does have souls, so he is back, but he's baby Diablo now. So that's going to be, let's not call it 5v5, let's call it 5v4.5 right now. So they can bully that Diablo around a little bit. Let's widen the camera out there so we can see all this action. It's got too much stuff going on. So that camp is taken after the bush party and after Diablo goes down. So 16 is here for Cloud of Mines. Oh, Diablo's the silence. The silence is real, and Ruffian finishes the kill, but most of that is Stukov's doing. Hogger spinning all over everyone. We have 32 skeletons for blue. 35. I think they're going to be able to take that. The Valkyrie comes out, and Cassia was kind of like the dog chasing the mail truck there. I didn't know what to do when she caught it because she had to back up a little bit. But gave everyone time to get the objective. So we have a Mortar Punisher coming here in the bottom lane. Cloud of Mines is thinking about getting that first keep done. Punisher is still fully healthy. ReGen Divine, of course, will be trying to pull that Punisher back between the two keeps if they can to get maximum damage on it. It comes back to the bottom keep, so that bottom keep, if it's gone, that's a foregone conclusion. Nice fend. Forces ReGen Divine to get back a little bit. And the light bomb on Diablo, I think it might have gone off and hit Sonya, but Sonya turns around and punishes Diablo for that. Nice Valkyrie there, pulling back Thrall. Thrall goes down. Valet's going to go down. We still have a Punisher at about 40% health. And oops, it's all up to you, Anduin. Now we saw you resurrect everyone in the WoW expansion trailer. Can you do it again? Nope. Anduin is going to go down, and ReGen Divine can do nothing but watch as the core falls to 0. And that is going to be a domination win for Clouded Mines. Let's head to the game summary, shall we? All right. So Not a lot of damage for either team this game. Vala put up like 75,000, I think, last game. She still leads, but only puts up 32,000. Looks like Clouded Minds had an answer for her this game. She was 11-8-0 in the first game, 0-2-3 here. In fact, kills in the first game, ReGen Divine won, I believe, 16-9 kills. Here, Cloud of Minds, in addition to winning the game, they do win the Battle of the Kill, so 11-2. So, Sonya, I hope Kean doesn't get reported for feeding there. He did have both the deaths, but his solo laner, he's a little more liable to get ganked, so I think they'll probably let him off the hook there. Just some nice damage coming out on both sides, and Cloud of Minds. I think the thing I would call out would be just the macro. Every time a camp popped up, it went blue when it was on their side of the map. And a lot of the camps on the other side of the map also went blue. So they just came out, played a good, strong macro game, really played the map, didn't get caught up in the ARAM style, and they were able to get the win. So let's go over and back to the maps, and we will mark that one off and make it official. So that's 2-0. That's a domination. We're going to have an interview here. I believe Jason's going to be joining us, so you might want to get settled in. This might take a while. So we're going to take a little break while we get that situated, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everyone. So we have Jason here from Clouded Minds. So how are you feeling after that 2-0 domination? How's the team?
Oh, there's no better medicine than winning, Rackham. We've been having such a hard time lately. This is definitely like taking an anvil off the chest right now.
Nice. So anything different in your preparation this week? Because I know you guys have been going through a little bit of a rough stretch. So anything you do differently, or just keep plugging away? Same.
Yeah, it was a little bit easier on the prep this week because I'm so familiar with my former teammates over there on ReGen Divine. So we leaned a little bit more on my knowledge this week, so we didn't do as much prep. Like normally we review a game or two, and this week we actually didn't go back into the replays because we had already seen RGD in a couple of games this season from replaying our other opponents. So we already had a little bit of an idea for them, but then again, that extra knowledge helped, and I think it paid off too.
Yep, sure did. That first game, kind of a wild one there, back and forth. You guys got off to the big lead. I will apologize if you go back and look at the cast. You are nowhere on screen. That was you that got that backdoor capture, right, to finish the game with Sylvanas?
It was, yeah. I was a little early in the rotation, and I've done that once before in an NGS match, and I don't know, the idea just popped in my head, like they're going to have to commit to the left because they can't afford to give up either. So as much as I don't want to, if I just sacrifice the team over there fighting over that one, maybe they'll just forget that there's also one on the right.
Well, they forgot. I forgot. I was actually very surprised when I looked up at the top of the screen and saw 1-0. So you fooled them, you fooled me, you fooled everyone. So congratulations to that. So I think that's the best thing to play for the first game.
Thanks. That's the best thing you can do, like as a QB in football, right? Is you fake on the play action so hard that the cameraman gets confused.
Exactly. Everybody was confused. So coming off that wild game, you guys get off to the nice lead. ReGen Divine, does mount a nice comeback, and they kind of got you guys moving between towers, capturing everything back. Really nice to finish the game there. Then we go on to game two. That was kind of a different story. You guys got off to a lead, but never really relinquished that lead. So what do you to what do you attribute that difference between the wildness of game one and then two, just just putting your foot on the gas and going?
Most of that I would attribute to Star Knight's shot calling. He called a very clean game, and everything was very precise and calculated. We've had a little bit of growing pains in that department. I take my share of the blame for that, where me personally, I've been trying to stop being a backseat shot caller and just try to play I Spy a little bit more. I just can't thank him enough this season for being patient and taking that responsibility on, even though it hasn't always worked. He did a great job. The shot calls were on point. And I think that's 100% of the reason that we were on top of game number two and just put our foot on the gas and never let off the pedal.
Yeah, I think if I'm going to commend you guys for anything, that second game was the macro. You did a really good job of taking those camps. I mean, a camp would turn yellow and a camp would turn blue immediately on your side of the map. And even on the other side of the map, you're able to take, just to steal one every now and then. Then you got that talent lead, and you're just able to roll with that. So that game never really looked like it was in doubt after about 10. It seemed like a foregone conclusion. So well played to everyone. So if you so Star Knight's your MVP for the series.
Yes,
I gave you the MVP for the first game just for faking me out of my pants on that. So I think that's actually. Do you have a favorite play of the match, like something that was memorable? Like, oh my god, I can't believe that we did that this well, or that surprised us, just something like that.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's hard for me to think of anything more satisfying than the back cap on that game one.
Other than that, we talked about that. Move on. Something else. Find something else.
Find something else. I would say probably at the end with that push. I wasn't entirely sure we were going to be able to core on the bottom there, but everybody just played it really consistently and communicated really well when we were trying to go to core on who we were going to focus. When they tried to round on the back line, everybody called it out really cleanly, and we were able to answer to that really well. And I think one of our strengths as a team is knowing when to end and executing that well. We don't throw on core much. So I think that's probably my favorite moment was closing for game two then.
Nice. Yeah, I can't disagree. You guys did a really good job of, getting in there, and it wasn't half the team's going to finish the core. The other half's going to kind of have their foot out the door. Everyone was there and played together. So that's the way you got to finish the game. So I think that's all the questions I had for you. But before we get out of here, I'll open the floor to shout outs. Any you want to throw out for anyone and everyone?
Absolutely. First of all, big shout outs to ReGen Divine, my former squad. I love all of those guys, and I love them so much I got out of their way so they could all play together this season. I'm really proud of the work they're still doing over there, and I hope that both of us can make the playoffs, but we're both scrambling low in the division here, so we're both going to be on the bubble down the stretch here, but I'm rooting for them the rest of the season. And, of course, shout out to my team. We've had a lot of fun even through some struggles this season, and I'm really looking forward to closing the season out strong with them. And tonight, I think, was a big step forward. Of course, a shout out to you for casting. I appreciate you picking up our match. I think that's it. CM.org in general. So much support, all the people watching. It's been great.
All right. Well, I'm going to throw a shout out to both teams. A very entertaining match from both sides. And that's going to do it for us. Jay, I'll let you go and get back to your team. So go throw some champagne around the locker room, whatever you guys normally do to celebrate a win. And everyone else in chat, thanks for coming out. So have a good night and go win some games, everyone.